Hello, everyone. Welcome to Secrets of Saltmarsh. This is a Ghost of Saltmarsh Patreon Greyhawk campaign. All the lovely people that you see here on the screen are Patreons. Thank you so much to all of our Patreons. Without these folks and our other Patrons, none of the things we do here would be possible. All of the one-shots, three-shots, marathons we do are all because of them. So thank you very much. You will be able to find episodes of our campaign here and other campaigns over on our YouTube. You can use !YouTube for information about that, or !Patreon for information about that. Oh, dang. You know, I always think I can just do it without looking at my words, but I forget. Let's see, words, there you are. If you like to interact with the game, there's a couple of different ways you can do so. I can see that GeekDice has given a blessing to every single party member. So you can use that at any time that you like during this session or a re-roll. So if you roll something and you're like, ooh, that's a really bad number, I want to try to roll again, you're more than welcome to do so as a pocket advantage at any time you like. We also have cards from the Deck of Many Things. Thank you so much, Tim, for a card for everyone, but not Stella. That's fine. I don't need a card.
Emma's here, so.
Every $10 guarantees a draw from the Deck of Many Things. It's $5 per Nat 20 if you'd like to gift those as well. So we get to have a very fun welcome back to Emma. I'll do this after intros. We're gonna go around now, and please tell me who you are, where we can find you, and tell us a little bit about who you're playing today. And we'll start with Emma. Hi.
Hi, it's me, Emma, also known as Emma Panada. You can find me on Twitter at Emma Panada, though I haven't been using it a lot except to recommend a movie called I Saw the TV Glow, which is incredible. And then I am also the creator of a TTRPG called All the Witches that will be coming out in the next few months. We finally are working past the various delays we had, and it's an exciting time. And I'm going to be writing an update about all of that this week. And I'm excited to talk about it. But I play Arlen Ruvlath, the captain of the Sea Lily and the crew, and I have been missing for a number of months now. But I'm back today, so huzzah.
Welcome back. Welcome back. You'll be able to find everyone's links in chat as they're introducing themselves. We'll hop on over to GeekDice.
Hey folks, I'm GeekDice. I love D&D and I hope you love D&D too. D&D is medicine. You can find me on X at geek_dice. I am playing KayBee, Kissimmee Brightbloom, small boy, old boy, wizard, artificer, fighter. He is a brave knight, defender of the Sea Lily, our ship. Yay!
Very good. Thank you. We'll hop on over to GodfatherWraith.
Hi, I'm GodfatherWraith V_ESG. But you can just call me Wraith, Tim, Godfather, pretty much anything you want except late for dinner. I'm playing Garen. He is your average nondescript rogue who's really good at making things dead. And is incredibly psychotically perceptive.
Very perceptive. Yes. We'll hop on over to John. Hi.
Hello, I'm John, also known as Indicarus on the internet, and you can find me pretty much any kind of social media under that name. In particular, you can find me on the my itch channel, where I put a whole bunch of little games that I made, things that are coming up for me. I wrote a like one-page game called Lucky Day Seniors Bingo a while back, and I'm going to be running that at a game day in Vancouver at the end of the month. So if you live in Vancouver, or if you're in Vancouver on the last weekend of the month, come on by Drexel Games on Sunday and play with me. Other things I've been involved with, I'm involved with this thing called Meatless Meetup in Vancouver, where we do a bunch of vegan food, and I volunteered to put on a vegan potluck from sort of a different kind of cuisine every 2 months. a couple of weekends ago, we just did Italian vegan food. It was amazing. I put pictures up on all the local food porn sites, and you can check some of that stuff out there. I, in this campaign, play Pole of Ammonfort. He is a former street waif, but now he's an adventuring sailor. His big thing is non-violence, and he tries to figure out a way not to fight whenever he can. In the last episode, he did that by getting a rat swarm to believe he was going to get them to a place where there was food. We'll see how that turns out later. That's it for me.
I just want to cut it and say real quick, the vegan potluck event sounds incredible.
It was. Come to Vancouver someday. We'll make you really full.
I want to. Stella, you're muted.
If you want to see pictures, you can hop into our Discord. John posts them there pretty regularly, and they are very, very good looking. Chef's kiss. Thank you very much. We'll hop on over to Zombie.
Hello, I'm Jacob. I'm Zombie IMZ. I'm the name to call me. I'm the lore keeper and Captain Z of the Good Ship clip. I probably do too many clips for this for your own discretion. Today, I play Finn Carson, who is a ranger researcher who's trying to figure out what the hell is all going on here, and had a really scary moment last week. What? Hasn't seen that many zombies since the little thing in his childhood that happened. That may not caused him trauma. I don't know. You can find me on Twitter at ZombieFighter89. If you go there, there's a pinned tweet with art, wonderful, wonderful business card art made by the wonderful Lady May. Also in there is my Google Doc sheet that I have of all the different clips and promo videos and different stuff that I've either worked on, paid, non-paid, just because I've done a lot of this just for fun, because gotta kind of show what you can do somehow. So if you see any of that and you're like, wow, that's something I'd like, to be done, I am available to be hired soon. There'll be short content on there as well at some point when I can get a couple of those up and running. And it'll be all on there. I've got to update the promo video stuff at least, because I think the one I just released on my Twitter is probably one of the better ones that I've done. So I definitely want to update that in the Google Sheet. So there's just not a million in there. I can still keep like 5. I'll just take another one out. But yeah.
Excellent. Thank you very much. We'll do these cards draws now. So we'll have Emma have a chance for any card in the deck. Emma, please tell
that's
me
so nice
when
of
to
you.
stop. Welcome back. Thank you so much, Tim, for the card draws. Oh my god. And thank you, GeekDice, for 3 cards to Emma. So Emma, you get to draw
Oh my
more
gosh.
cards.
Great. Incredible. Iconic. Stop.
Okay, that's 1,
Stop.
2,
Stop.
3. Last one.
Stop.
Okay, very interesting.
All of them are good. That's crazy.
Nope. GeekDice, you get a card.
Stop.
Ooh, okay. Garen.
You're muted.
Hey, stop.
Okay. All right. Pole.
Stop.
Okay, and Zombie.
Stop.
All right. Okay, cool. Thank you very much. Just to recap what happened last time, we continue our adventure in the Firewatch Hermitage here. We cleared out most of the second floor and most of the tower, and we decided to continue our exploration of the final floor. Biggest takeaway from last session was that when you were holed up in the tower, essentially that there was a swarm of undead coming up towards the shoreline, an overwhelming horde of them. There was no way you could fight your way out of it. And through coincidence or perhaps fate, Garen pulled out an old magic item buried deep, deep inside of his backpack. And he very casually was able to change night into day. And with the rising of the sun, all of the undead fled in terror back into the ocean, leaving again the isle in a state of quiet. An eerie silence settling over this place that does not look entirely abandoned, but you have not found any bodies, you have not found any victims. We open here with the entire group gathered inside of a kitchen. This kitchen is mostly untouched. Other parts of the Hermitage, there were evidence of struggles. You would have seen blood smears, broken furniture, but no bodies. Here in the kitchen, as you're kind of looking around, you can see at one point this door was barricaded from the inside, but it's been opened loose, which is the door that you came through here on the eastern wall. There's the exit towards the southern wall, which leads outside. You only had a brief glance. I believe it was Garen who stuck his head out through the door briefly. You found yourselves here at an interesting door. One on the western side, currently behind both Finn and Garen, there's a door that is fortified from the other side. You don't hear anything on the other side, but clearly someone doesn't want anyone to get in. What do you want to do?
Do you think it's even worth it to go through the door? To even open the door at this point? Because it does seem like it's barricaded to make sure the things that we saw yet. Well, I didn't even know what day it is. I was gonna say yesterday, but everything's changed around now. But it looks like this is to make sure that those things don't come in, because it looks like the front door things could come in. So do we want to screw that up? I mean,
I walk up to the barricade and I knock on it. Hello? Anybody in there? hey, we're friends. We're here to help.
You knock on it. There's no answer. It's dead quiet on the other side.
dead
Also-
quiet. Okay.
Also, thank you, Mathis, for the card draw. I'm going to give it to Emma, because why not?
Oh no!
Hey! I gotta update the sheet again.
Stop.
Ooh, okay. Cool. Thank you very
No,
much,
unless-
Mathis.
No, Emma's catching up to Godfather. It doesn't seem to be very much in there.
No, but
But
if
we
there
wanna-
is, I don't like leaving it
you don't want to leave
Investigate.
a stone unturned.
Yes.
Okay, then I'm good with opening it then if you want to.
This might take us some time though, and it is officially daylight, but for us it's supposed to be night. So
Yeah, I was gonna say
same time.
I'm feeling it a little bit, but you know.
Yeah. Same time, I don't want us to overdo it. What does anyone else think? Should we
We
try
might
to
as
get
well
in?
open it. Yeah, while we're here,
Alright.
take a look, and then
Alright.
we can tell people what's going on.
Okay. There is a lock, but it's unlocked. It's mostly fortified on the other side. Someone must have barricaded it. So you'll have to use brute force to get through. Who wants to try to shove the
Alright.
door down?
Garen could. Is that a straight strength check or
Athletics,
athletics?
please.
Okay, good.
Could we
Garen-
use it?
Good. Oh,
Oh.
I'm gonna use my blessing.
Okay. Re-rolling that nat 1 into a 23.
Wow.
I would have
there
laughed if it was another nat one.
There we go.
Yeah, so Garen, you begin to throw your shoulder against this door and it rattles quite heavily, and you realize you're gonna have to put a lot more elbow grease into it. You kind of take a step back And then you like firemen kick the door, use the momentum of your entire body weight, pushing into the door here, and then it goes flying open. You all hear a mighty crack as it opens up.
Ooh.
Okay. You see that the walls of this room were once covered with row upon row of wooden shelving holding boxes of foodstuffs, but most of those supplies have been strewn across the floor. A few sausages still hang from hooks in the ceiling, but there's an undisturbed bin of potatoes scooped up against the rear face of the kitchen's brick hearth.
Oh, I think this was a cooler at one point.
Perhaps.
Hello? Anybody
Hey,
in here?
Swarmies, come and finish up this. You'll like it.
There you go.
Oh, there we go. Yeah.
Yeah, 30 rats begin to swarm into the kitchen here.
Casually 30 rats.
So, Arlen, leading up to this point, we have basically left it completely open-ended. We haven't decided what your character's doing whatsoever. So if you wanted to have stayed with the boat, that's totally fine. If you want to have been with us, that was totally fine. Whatever you like. Essentially, the vibe of this Hermitage is that there's something going on. Why are all the people that are supposed to be here missing? What's the undead doing here? And it's just so quiet.
Mhm.
Now there's 30 rats chasing after Pole.
There was a large number of bodies floating in the water behind the place, right?
Oh, yes. Yep. Outside this lagoon-like space, this grove, there were a ton of bodies in the water.
But those weren't undead.
They were not, but no one went to investigate. They basically just closed the door.
Yeah.
Okay.
I get the fog vibes from this place. If anyone's watched that old movie.
I imagine that I've been back at the ship, much to the dismay of the crew, since they can't have naked day until I leave. But I came back and then was kind of tracking down where everybody went and was getting close when suddenly it became daylight again.
Yep.
And so I kind of rushed in here, is what we'll say happened.
Okay. So when we'll say that the rats beat you here, so you step into the kitchen just as Garen breaks down this door to the west, and you see that there are 30 rats just at the feet of Pole.
Pole, look out, rats! And I get my club and I start going towards the rats to slam.
No. Don't worry, Captain. These are all friendly rats. They're just looking for some food, and we found a bunch right now. They're going to be very happy rats.
A very perplexed look is on Arlen's face as she puts down the club and it's like, all right, sounds good enough. What exactly is going on here?
I sort of promised them that we give them a ride to the big island. If that's okay with you. I hope it.
Do realize we have a large baby owlbear on the ship.
Well, I'll tell them that
cannot
too.
very well be reasoned with.
I'll tell them, I'll warn them, I'll do it right now. Are you sure you want to go on this trip? I'm making little rat squeaky noises.
So,
Garen pokes his head out at the not easily reasoned with. Garen pokes his head out and says, "I like him that way."
Yeah, that's fine.
Pole, can you do a performance check?
I'm fully picturing Pole as Kronk from The Emperor's New Groove speaking to the squirrels.
Squeak, squeakity, squeak, squeak.
Totally. All right.
Wow. Oh my god. Okay, so the reason why I asked for a performance check, Pole rolled a nat 20, by the way, is because you have drawn the throne card. An opportunity opens up to you. As you're talking to the rats here, they flinch at the first of Arlen's entrance here, and they are frightened and they cower behind you. And as you kind of casually address this supposed threat who's wielding this big club, right? They cower in your presence, and you calmly turn to them and you begin to ask them if they're sure. The rats reply to you. And they're whispering, and they all say, "Rat King, Rat King, Rat King."
Wow.
You have the sense that they are regarding you with some reverence here. There's an opportunity here. Maybe these rats might convinced to serve you.
All right. I mean, I don't like to be anyone's boss, but if they want to be my friends, that's cool. And I'll tell them, I'm not a king. I don't want to be a king. But if you want to be my friend, I'll do my best to help you, and you do your best to help me.
They all begin to chant friend, and what everyone else hears is just squeak, 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 squeak. And they're all just like basically climbing up his legs, and just there's a mound of them near his feet. They're just literally hanging off of pole now.
That tickles.
Okay, so again, what exactly is happening?
We're not completely sure.
There's a lot that's happened, Captain. Paul, are you just gonna bring your whole body in here? Are you gonna have them get off of you? Like, how are we doing this?
Oh, come on, swarmies. Let's go grab some potatoes. And I'll bring them over to the barrel of potatoes.
They begin to just kind of swarm in here now. They're just like kind of amongst you, crawling up the walls. They're like in the larder here.
And Garen is supremely intrigued. How was this barricaded? Why was this barricaded? And where did the person who barricaded it go?
Okay, roll me an investigation check.
Can I help?
Yes.
Can we help?
Yes.
That needed.
Didn't even. Oh, that's intimidation.
Well, you still roll a
Oh.
nat 20.
Starts
Yeah.
with an I. It's
It's-
fine.
Yeah,
I do.
Is your
It's the same.
modifier?
6
Okay,
for both of them.
Yeah, you still got that 20. So that's a nat 20, 26. You all work together here. There are no windows. That is a question that sticks into your mind. Where did the people that barricaded this door go? It was very clear that the door was barricaded by wooden planks that were nailed into place. And now you see the evidence of them having broken. The door is broken permanently as well. It's just kind of scattered around here. You don't see any people in here. It's just a storage room. But with this, you see that the swarm of rats are piling up onto this barrel of potatoes, and the potato barrel falls over and the rats are eating, consuming. With that nat 20, you realize there's something weird with the bricks on this wall. There's a secret door here hidden behind the shelf.
All right. Garen's going to try to open it.
Okay, you have to like step over all of the different rats here. They are hungrily feasting, but eventually you are able to get to it.
Garen does try to be careful not to step on any of them, but
You're able to do so. So you find a secret door, you pop it open, and then you can see that there is a bolt hatch. You'll have to essentially open this hatch to go underneath the Hermitage.
click.
Huh.
All right. All right. Looks like there's a way down. And then,
This place is just full of secrets.
yes. So, should probably get you caught up, though, at least on what we know.
Yeah,
Erlen just go down.
I was gonna say, as Erlen walked in, I feel like Finn would be like right near her and just explain to like everything, just like as much detail as he can in the short amount of time. Basically, the cliff notes, like this is what
Right.
happened, and this is what happened, and I'm pretty sure you saw the sun disappear and reappear. This is why this happened.
And Garen's too focused to be pedantic and correct things he doesn't agree with.
Right.
Iconic.
As this TLDR is shared to you from the party, Garen, you manage to open this hatch, and you can see that there is a ladder that goes down, and it's dark in there. The smell of a musty rot comes up.
Do I still have any torches? Yes. Garen would light one of his torches and drop it down the hole.
Okay. You drop it down the hole. It lands onto a floor that is roughly cobbled. So this is a basement.
All right.
Do we hear anything down there?
It's a pretty short drop. It seems to only be about like 25 feet, 30 feet down.
Doop-a-doop-a-doop-a-doo. Down,
you hear
down the
it?
ladder.
Yeah, okay. Maybe it goes down.
Whoosh.
Garen will follow.
Okay,
Arlen will follow.
okay.
Finn will follow.
Rat King,
Maverick
what
will
say
follow.
you?
What says of the Rat King?
We're coming.
Okay.
Those don't look. Oh no, those are people. I thought. Never mind.
A rickety ladder leads down from the larder into a musty subterranean chamber enclosed by rough masonry walls.
Good damn peoples.
Three
Yeah.
trembling figures are huddled against the far wall, sharing the chamber with a dusty, deteriorated remain of an armored corpse. Body's sightless eye sockets stare up blankly, and a small silver disc is clutched in one of its skeletal hands. A horizontal crevice between the two blocks of the southern wall glows with faint daylight, marking a narrow opening that leads outside of the fortress.
Are you okay, friends?
As you call out to the people, they all recoil in fear. They blink wearily at the firelight of the torch. They seem to be very unwell. You can clearly see by the clothing that they are wearing that each one of these people are monks. There is an armored corpse nearby, and they seem to be in various states of health. To the northmost is a femme person who seems to be mostly healthy. You see towards the corner of the room is a mask-presenting person who is incredibly sick. They are kind of curled up on themselves. You can see evidence of blue rot just all over their face. They look like they're going to probably die pretty soon. And you see someone who is of middling health here, kind of like pulling back from you. They look frightened. Yes.
Take it easy. We're not gonna hurt you. All the zombies are gone right now. It's daylight.
Daylight. How can this be? You see the woman begin to move forward, and she is clutching at this symbol of Procan on her chest, hanging from her neck. She says, how can this be?
Well, I don't really understand it. Maybe Garen can tell you. But anyways, it's true. It's sunny outside. We can get out. There's nothing in between us, and we can get you out of here.
She looks like she's on the verge of tears. She immediately stands up and she looks to her two companions. You can see that the one that is extremely ill doesn't even flinch, doesn't even react to your entrance here. She points and says, Barrett cannot move. The sick has taken hold of them.
We can carry him.
As they say that, I don't know if you want me to make another roll or not, or because of the blue red roll I did earlier. But can I tell at all if it's gotten to a point where it's taken over where they could just turn into a zombie, so it may not be the best idea to take them with us? Or is it just that they could possibly just be dying in general?
They're dying in general. I remember you rolled really well on blue rot.
Mhm.
So blue rot is not contagious, so there's no
Yep.
danger to you as a person.
Right.
And also, it doesn't turn them into a zombie.
Okay, I wasn't sure if we discussed that part or not. Okay, that's what I was concerned. Okay, then Finn will probably just say, or just reassure everyone, this is the same that we saw on the person upstairs, except it is wide and they're alive, but it still won't turn or do anything to them. So, we should try and get them medical assistance as soon as we can. But it's not contagious. It's still the same, not contagious as before. They're not going to turn.
Okay.
Are any of us good at medicine and that kind of thing? You got any?
Not really. I could try, but not really.
No, I know some battlefield first aid. Nothing I can do.
I know of things.
This is a disease, so like first aid is not going to help here.
No.
Do they look like they haven't eaten in a while? If they do, then I bust out the leftover soup from the soup kit.
So as the group of you are here in the basement, it is pretty cramped. The only light source is from this thin crack in the wall and then your torch that you're holding. There is a smell of sick here.
Just get them out of here.
Yeah, it's a pretty
Yeah.
strong feeling of like, we shouldn't stay in here. Hole, do you have the rats coming down with you into the basement?
Yeah, I probably did, but if I know it would freak these people out, so hold up, swarmies, go back a bit.
Yeah,
There's no food down here.
they obey you and they go back into the larder. And with your combined efforts, you're able to pull the people back up into the first floor here.
Can I ask a question?
Yes.
Would I have known that there was a significant disease in the area coming into this?
No, you did not hear about this.
Okay, that's fine.
Yeah. As a group of you come up into the larder again, the woman speaks to you and says, "Did you find Aaron? Did Aaron send you?"
I
I don't know anyone.
I don't know anyone named Aaron. We sort of just stumbled upon this island doing other research, and we've been digging around for a minute, and then the whole light darkness thing that was explained. And so while it's still daylight, we decided to just look through this whole place, see if we could find any more evidence and clues, and we saw the secret door, and we had to check it, and we saw you guys, so all by coincidence.
Did Aaron look like this? And I'll describe the guy that we found on the beach.
No, that sounds like Filbert. Haven't seen Filbert in a while.
What about...
She begins to give you a description of Aaron. It sounds like the guy you found in the tower.
I was just gonna ask
my
that.
second
Yep.
choice, yeah.
I'm sorry to tell you, I think that person is dead.
Oh. Oh no. He had gone up to search for survivors. Perhaps he was waiting for a ship. Ship? Did you arrive by a ship?
No, but
Just
we
a
have a
boat.
boat that can take us to it.
Oh,
Mm-hmm.
Pro can guide us. Oh, he has answered our calls. We have been under assault for days on end.
As we saw the
We
horde of
yeah,
undead.
we saw the entire horde come in, and I would be scared and hide into the nearest thing I could too. So I don't blame you.
We tried our best to fortify what we could, but there was no escaping. We had no ships to take us out of.
He'll look at them, not knowing them very well, but he'll kind of look at them and kind of like do the whole like this with the hand, but not actually touch them because they're not sure if they're gonna be okay with it, and go. I will tell you from personal experience, when something like that, a horde like that comes, all you can do is just hope and pray you can hide under something and survive. There is never usually much surviving from this. You're very lucky, and we're gonna try and get you out of here and get the three of you that survive safe.
She looks around at this very empty place. She says, I suppose if you had a look around, then perhaps we are the only survivors.
It appears that way.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's past time for us to be leaving.
Yeah, I think I'm starting to feel a little tired now.
She says, it is a miracle that they missed our hiding place. Kept scrabbling at the floor as if they could sense us, but they could not find us before dawn every night. We were fortunate there.
How many days were you down there?
Lost count, perhaps a week more.
Well, you need to eat some food.
Yeah, that's my
Yes.
first thought. Let's try and hustle a little to the to everything. See if we can get them to our ship and get some food in them.
Yeah.
Okay, so you came here by rowboat. You know that the rowboat can only have like up to 6 people at a time.
Mm-hmm.
You know that the sea lily is quite far away. You'll have to basically go back to Uskarn. Well, you could actually probably row out to the sea lily. So you do have options here.
How
Go
long
back.
of a trip was it when we came from Uskarn over to this island?
It was about 3 hours. So it would probably take like 4 or 5 hours to get back to the sea lily.
So if we just want to get people off this island, 2 trips, it's going to be 9 hours to get everybody just to Uskarn.
I can swim.
Yeah,
True. But
we still might be doing 2 trips though.
we will have to.
Yeah.
And by that
Unless,
time, it will be dark, won't it?
Wait, what's the unless?
Will be done.
unless KayBee can craft something from wooden materials or things that are here. Maybe that's a possibility to assemble something. Kind of consider everything that we've seen
did we
here.
say
did-
this? Did we say this rowboat back behind the Hermitage was usable or not?
Oh, that's right.
As
Yeah,
you
let's
mentioned
go-
that they say, we do have the remains of one. It is in disrepair, but
Maybe I can fix it.
Wait, we have didn't we knock down a bunch of boards? We can maybe use some of those.
Might be able to.
KayBee could
is
make a
amazing.
rowboat out of 3 toothpicks and a wad of gum.
I mean, KayBee is really that good, yes. But
Yes.
if we can use a good shell or whatever we can out of this, it probably would take a little less time to build this than it would be a whole brand new thingy-mabob.
Yeah, take a look at hit up back.
Garen will go and help
That
any way
way.
he can.
okay.
And then I think while all this is going on, he's gonna go up to them, to the 3 people that we've met. First of all, what are you? Everything going on. I may not have gotten it. If you had said it, I apologize. What are your names?
Okay. So we will say that the 3 of them are like in the kitchen here. Whole. You see that a few of your companions head outside to check out the boat. You want to stay here with Finn, or do you want to go outside?
I'll go outside and I'll bring the rats so they don't scare the people.
Okay. Let's go with you. You go outside. They tell you, my name is Janor Stormswake. This is Morley and this is Barrett. Barrett is the one that's very sick. They're basically kind of like laid down here on the table, and they're trying to tend to them, trying to make them comfortable. But you can see that they're just like audibly groaning, audibly unwell. But for everyone outside, you see stone peaks of the island rise along the walls of the Hermitage to create a sheltered grotto, overlooked by a rampart walkway along the west side of the former fortress. A steep path ascends 10 feet from a short strand of beach to an exterior door. A boat is pulled halfway up onto the beach, its stern riding low in the water. I get perception checks from all of you. A reason.
Feels like there might be a reason.
I'm gonna use my blessing to reroll that 16. That's kind of low for Garen. That's better.
All right, a 5 from KayBee, a 26 from Garen, a 19 from Pole, and a 20 from Arlen. You see that there's a large mass of corpses just floating in the water here, barely visible as is kind of like near the boat. You see that as you are kind of like getting closer to the boat, there is a net binding all of the bodies together. With that 26, Garen, I'm going to say that you see a dark shape underneath this net that's filled with bodies.
Something down there. I don't
Reminds
like
me-
this.
Whip out
Reminds
my
me of a
blades.
joke I heard in tavern one time. No man is an island, but if you tie a bunch of them together, they make a pretty good raft.
I don't think that's what this was attempting to do, though.
No, probably not.
No, there's something under the bodies. Can't make out anything more than just something.
Pick up a pebble and throw it in the water.
Okay. You all hear a bloop as the pebble falls into the water. Suddenly, the disturbance of the pebble begins to agitate, and it grows wider and wider.
Here it comes. Whip out the blades.
Boy.
I'm gonna need
Oh,
everyone
boy.
to select their tokens and roll for initiative.
Oh boy. Excuse me.
That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Descending order. Boom. Okay. Arlen, you were the first to act. You can see that something is beginning to surface. There are 3 large, dark shapes underneath these bodies, and they're swimming very quickly towards the group of you.
I would like to peek my eyes under the water.
Okay. You'll have to move onto a water square to do that.
Boop.
Okay. You see, approaching very quickly, are these crustacean-like creatures. They have these broad, blunted heads, and it seems as if their mouth, instead of having like pincers, a number of tentacles come sprawling out from where pincers would be. They have these strong claws that are currently pushed back as they're swimming up, and they seem to have a long tail and 4 legs. And they swim so dexterously that you think that perhaps they might be able to outswim even you.
Okay. As someone from the ocean, do I know what these things are?
Go ahead and roll me either nature or history at advantage.
23.
Okay. This is what you see.
I don't love that.
So I would say even with a 23, you don't really know what this is, but you do know that it is an aberration. It is something that is not supposed to be here. It is monstrous, and it's probably very, very, very old. Perhaps even from a different plane of existence.
Okay. Got it.
Okay, so I'll count that as your action. You do have a bonus action.
I'll just stand back up and move slightly back.
Okay.
And I'll share that there's some aberrations coming out of the water.
I'm gonna go ahead and reveal them since you point them. Where'd it go? Oh! There you go. Okay. They have been color coded for your convenience. We'll say that they have different like mottled colors on their shells. The one is red with like red streaks. One has like blue dots, and another one has like green jagged marks on its caparis. Okay. Pole, it is now your turn.
All right. That can't be here. That can't be here. He holds out his hand like the universal sign for stop and casts banishment.
Okay. Which one do you want to banish?
The closest one.
All of them.
Okay. Charisma saving throw. Say the blue one is the closest one to you. Ever whisper. Being slow. Okay, it is being slow. It rolled a 1. Tell me what this looks like as this just literally winks out of existence.
Yeah, he holds out his hands to stop them. It's kind of like it pushes it into a point. So it kind of gets sucked in like a singularity point and just disappears. It swirls like a black hole and then it's gone. Pop.
The pop, one of the monstrous creatures is just gone. Anything else for your turn? You don't have Blade Ward currently.
No. I don't have a bonus action to do anything, so it's just a move. I'm gonna stand here, so they have to go through me to get to KayBee.
Okay, very good. It is their turn now. You'll see the green one begins to swim forward. It rushes towards you, Cole. It has a multi-attack. It will attempt to use its pincer. Does a 25 hit you?
Yes.
Okay. You take 9 bludgeoning damage, and then you are grappled. As this pincer just comes squish, breaks out from the water and grabs onto your torso, and it crunches as it digs deep into you. And then with its second pincer, 13, probably a miss.
This is, yeah.
You're able to basically dodge out of the way of the second one, but you are now currently grappled by that one. The red one is going to come forward, and it's going to try to hit Arlen. For an 11.
That is a miss.
And then a 23.
That would hit.
Okay, you take 10 bludgeoning damage as you dive quickly out of the range of the first attack, and then it follows up with a second attack, and it has you currently grappled, held in its grip.
I'm gonna do something as a reaction.
Okay.
If I may.
Yes.
Let me find it again. Oh, here it is. I suddenly turn into a block of ice, or encase myself in a block of ice as soon as this creature hits me.
Okay. Tomb of Levistus. As a reaction, when you take damage, you can entomb yourself in ice, which melts away at the end of your next turn. You gain 10 temporary hit points per warlock level, which take as much of the triggering damage as possible. Immediately after you take the damage, you gain vulnerability to fire damage. Your speed is reduced to 0, and you are incapacitated. These effects, including any remaining temporary hit points, all end when the ice melts. Okay, so it's basically like the ice block from World of Warcraft.
Yeah, so I currently have 60 points of temporary hit point HP.
Wow, that's amazing. What do we see as you activate this?
You all see this creature start to like slash down on Arlen, and suddenly as its pincers are closing in and breaking Arlen's skin, this burst of ice pushes out its pincer, and you see Arlen kind of encased and with a like confident look on her face inside.
Nice, that's really cool. Excellent. Garen, it is now your turn.
All right. Well, Garen turns to the red one, and he takes a shot.
Okay.
And because it's adjacent to 2 allies, that means he gets sneak attack. 24 hit.
Okay. Yes. Their armor class is 16.
And he's going to re-roll that one. Nope. Space. So that is 16 instead of 13 plus 8 is where's brain? 24 damage.
Okay. This arrow solidly thunks in between 2 pieces of its chitinous armor, and you hear it wail. The tentacles go wriggling in pain.
And that's Garen's turn.
Okay. KayBee, it is your turn.
Just before KayBee, I just want to bring up that there's a swarm of rats that just saw their friend get attacked and grabbed by a big crustacean. Rats do great against crustaceans in the real world.
It is the Rat King.
Oh.
Okay, hold on. All right. You prove a valuable point here. Let's see how brave they are. Okay. They rise up to the occasion, and they will join the turn order. And they rolled a 2. So KayBee goes first.
Excellent. So with my 2 blades in the air, I make a crisscross pattern as I cast the spell, and there's a burst of purple powder that appears in the air above the 2 crustaceans, and it erupts and dances down over them as I cast Fairy Fighter. They are potentially aglow with a purple light. They need a DC 19 Dexterity saving throw.
Okay, first one's the green one. And then the other one. They roll a 6 and 8, so they both fail. What does your fairy fire look like on them?
So they are all a sparkle and glowing with this violet color. Anybody who attacks them has advantage.
Okay. Anything else for you?
That's my action. My bonus action, I engage Blade Song.
Okay. Can you describe to us what that looks like?
It's kind of like a martial move, like a kata. You know, like you see martial artists fight before they actually engage. They kind of show off their moves. I'm gonna get you some of this. I'm gonna get you some of that. You know, so it's a little bit of that. It's kind of like a little bit of showboatmanship that KayBee displays.
Okay. Very nice. Is that your turn?
Yep.
Okay. Finn, it is now your turn. You hear some kind of demonic screaming outside.
Yeah. I think between hearing demonic screaming, hearing the papa noise that I've been very familiar with at this point, I'm gonna just assume that something is happening out there. So quickly I'm going to, because basically what I was gonna do next is I was gonna hand them some of my rations to be like, here, eat something while we take care of this stuff, right? So I'm just gonna like hand them a couple or whatever, and then I'm gonna run out the door and be like, stay back here. You guys, just we handle this. Just stay here, rest. We want to make sure you get out of here safe. And then he will kind of run out the door. 30. So wait, 30 would be 30 and 30 is 60. So I'm probably gonna dash. I can still use a bonus action right after my dash.
Yes, the dash will use up your action.
Right, I can't do anything until I'm like right in front of them and the rats are all there. So, I'm gonna dash then over here, and then as my bonus action, let me make sure I have this first before I just say I don't have it. Nope, I still have some remaining. Okay, so I'm gonna use one of my spells to do Hunter's Mark on the red one.
Okay. What does it look like when you cast Hunter's Mark?
So, as I turn the corner, I'm going to assume that I'm seeing that both Pole and Arlen are grappled, right?
Yes, they're currently grabbed.
Okay. So I'm going to throw what kind of looks like glitter, like purple glitter, right in their face. And it really doesn't do much, doesn't blind them, doesn't really do anything. But it just kind of sets off kind of a glow. And it'll just kind of show as in that's one that I can get extra hits on. Or does it work for everybody else too? I forgot.
It's just you.
Just me? Okay.
Yeah.
And then, yeah, so essentially I just threw glitter at it. Everyone just sees me kind of go through glitter at it, but everyone kind of knows at that point when I use that, it means I can do a little extra. And that's all I can do.
Hey, it is the rats' turn. The heroic rats coming to the aid of the rat king. You'll see... They're not going to go in the water, but they will start biting at this red one. They get advantage. 21 hits. Second swarm misses, and then this third swarm will move forward. That's also a hit. So it takes 5 piercing damage here as you see these 30 rats beginning to climb all over this thing. That's my mouse sound for today, I guess.
It's a good mouse sound, yeah.
As I started making the noise, I was like, I don't know what mouse sounds like.
It is good. It is amazing.
Thank you. I'm a professional. Arlen, it is your turn. You are no longer encased in ice, I think.
Ends at the end of my turn.
Okay, you are ice. You could still take actions. You just can't move. Oh, you're incapacitated.
Yeah.
You look good doing it, though.
You kind of lose a
Thanks.
turn.
I do, yeah.
Oh, damn.
The hope was that it would decide to go after somebody else.
I mean, I think you can end the effect early, can't you?
I don't think so.
if you're incapacitated, you can't really do anything.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Oh.
fine. I knew the risks going into this.
Hey,
Yeah.
it's a 6
I
second.
wanted to use my new cool ice
Yeah.
ability.
It's a 6-second mini vacation.
Yeah.
No, it's
Yep.
great.
Chillin'.
You look really cool.
Thanks.
And while you are incapacitated, you are protected.
Yep.
So true.
Cole, it is your turn. You are grappled.
I am, and I just thought about it, and when I took that damage, it could have blown my concentration. If these things are actually from another plane, then I don't have to concentrate. I think it's just gone.
Hmm.
But if it's not going to be banished completely, then if the spell ends, it's going to come back. So I should be checking to see if I lose the spell, right?
One moment.
Save, right?
Constitution saving throw would be the concentration check. You'd have to beat a DC
Yeah.
10, but let me check real quick for
Sure.
special lore stuff. Okay, technically in this case, you would know because you're familiar. This is your spell. It's not from here. So even when you lose the concentration, it's just gone. It's gone for good.
Okay, great. Well, in that case, I'm going to cast it again.
Okay.
So I don't have to concentrate, and I'll just pop another one if I can.
Yeah. If you have the spell
So-
slots for it, you can.
Yeah, I do. This will use them all up, but it's a good cause.
Okay.
So-
So it's a charisma saving throw.
Now, do I have a problem doing that when it's got me grabbed?
I
Or
don't
I
believe
think I'm just
so.
immobilized.
Yeah. Restrained. I believe like if you try to make an attack, it's at disadvantage. Yeah, it's just attack rolls, so spells are actually fine.
All right, so I'm going to. Well, which one's got me? Is it the green one? The green one's the one
Yes.
that's got me, right?
Yes,
And it hasn't really been hurt yet.
not at
The
all.
red one's taken all the attacks. Okay, so I'm
Yes.
gonna try and banish the one that's got me. I'm just gonna look it right in the eye, and I'm gonna put my eyes, however many eyes it has, I'm gonna put my hand towards its tentacles and push it back. No, you don't get to be here. And see if it can make that save.
Yes, it rolled a 6. And you see,
Right.
as you push it away, it also just pops out of existence. The claw that's holding you is gone, and you fall back onto the ground on your feet.
Right. Well then, that's it for me. I'm just gonna stand there and cheer everybody on.
Okay.
Good job, Swarmy. Good job.
There's a cheer of rat noises coming from nearby Arlen. Arlen, you are no longer ice, correct?
Yes.
Okay. I will say that it did lose its grip on you because you turned into ice.
Thank you.
No worries. Let's see. It has so many targets now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. You see angrily as it loses grip on Arlen, it begins to flail wildly. Try to hit the first swarm. 11 is a hit. Okay. Half damage. See, how do swarms work? Oh, okay. You see, as this claw comes down, it smashes and literally destroys this whole swarm here. A single smash has killed about 10 rats. And then it will turn. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Swarmy, no.
Turns to slam its second pincer onto Finn. Does a 15 hit you, Finn?
I was muted. No. Just
Okay.
barely no.
Yeah, you managed to catch it with your club, and there's like a lock of it's like gripped onto your club, and you're kind of wrestling a little bit here in the moment.
Mhm.
Garen, it's your turn.
All right. So it's getting a little crowded here, so Garen's gonna step back a little bit and then fire another arrow at red.
Okay. This is at advantage.
That's right, because of fairy fire.
Oh.
So 28.
Hmm. That's a hit.
So gonna re-roll one of those ones.
Okay.
So 15, 12. 27 damage.
Okay. Excellent. You do 27 damage here. Anything else for you?
No, that's all Garen can get done this round, I think.
Okay. Garen, can I get a reflex saving throw here? A dex saving throw? Okay.
19.
19. So something from the water over here begins to move forward and it tries to grab at you. You manage to dive out of the way so that you don't get hit, but it ruins the terrain in such a way that you begin to fall. So you begin sliding here. You fall into the water, but you're not grappled. You have drawn the Void card. You are in a dangerous spot and separated from the party.
Yeah. And you all hear Garen let out a string of curse words in probably common, dwarven, and yeah, those are the only languages he knows.
KayBee, it's your turn. You can hear behind you a splash of water, Garen yelping out in various curses.
You got this, Dawnbreaker. You show him. While he's having fun with his new friend, KayBee's going to run forward and join this other group to finish this other one off.
Okay.
So it is still glowing, and anybody attacking it, because fairy fire, anybody attacking it has advantage. KayBee is going to take the moment to take great benefit from that. So I'm going to start unleashing blows with his short sword and dagger. First short sword, 23.
It's a hit.
Second short sword, a 30.
It's a hit.
Let's do a dagger. 26.
That's a hit.
Is it dead yet?
25, 37. Yes. You did exactly its hit points. Tell me what this
Nice.
looks like.
So it's a lot of poking because this thing is so big, and of course it's waving its big pincers around. It's a lot of trying to reach this big critter who's really above KayBee. KayBee's shorter than the undercarriage.
It's the size of a horse, like a war horse.
Yeah, so there's a bit of jumping from KayBee, jumping up and down as he tries to reach with his weapons, but he gets two good pokes with a sword and then a real serious stab with the dagger, and he just rips it out sideways, and a bunch of gore spills out on the ground. But KayBee's not done yet, so KayBee turns around and he runs back towards the other one. KayBee's got quite a bit of movement. I'm not sure exactly where I was. I think was I about right there.
You were in front of Garen.
Yeah.
Right here.
So I think I moved 2 or 3 squares. I should have enough to get back.
Yeah.
Because I have a total of 40 movement.
Yes, definitely.
I'll get right up in there. I'm going to use action surge, and I'm going to unleash another action round of combat. 2 short swords at this thing.
Okay. Yeah.
So 24 and a 19 for 20 points of damage.
Okay.
I guess I can help too.
Show off.
There's another wriggling of tentacles as it takes damage here. Then you see the one in front of you get stabbed and crunched and sliced by KayBee, and KayBee is running away. There's noise behind you. What do you want to do, Finn?
I heard him scream. So now that I know that this one is dead, I'm gonna run over. Do I see the thing that's dragging Garen down?
It tried to drag Garen down. It is not in contact with Garen, but yeah, you can see it.
Okay. Is there? I remember being able to. Can I move my hunter's mark over to this since this thing died?
Yeah,
Yes.
Or-
it uses your bonus action. Yes, it does.
That's fine. And then I know exactly where I was. Hold on. Is there a way I could get like into the water like this and try and give it a bonk? Would there be any disadvantage for me being in the water? Or is it just too shallow?
So this
Does it
is
matter?
shallow enough that you are in the water, like that does kind of matter, but mechanically you're not deep enough that it'll bother you.
Okay. I just wanted to know, rolling my great club, if I should look at the advantage, disadvantage, whatever part of the
This
roll,
is
so.
at normal right now.
Okie dokie. I roll.
Okay. A 9 is a miss. You do have extra attack, so you can attack again.
Yeah, okay, I'll attack again. Oh.
It's in that one. I think maybe like what happens here is there's literally a net of bodies floating in the water here, right? So you're
Yeah.
like kind of coming forward and you're trying to hit this thing with your great club. The massive bodies is like kind of drifting a little too close. It's really awkward. It smells terrible. You can smell bodies rotting and it fills up your nose.
Yeah. Oh, Finn's just not having any of the smells, and it's almost like one of those things where it's like, even though there's nothing blocking your eyes, but the horrible smell just makes you go blind. Like it's so bad that you just cover your eyes, and it's just like it's all of those things just kind of hitting at once for him. That's why he missed both of those.
Okay. The swarm of rats, they basically just follow Cole right now. They just kind of move with you. They're like jumping up onto your clothes, but not really doing anything. Arlen, it's your turn. You see the one in front of you has been felled by KayBee, and KayBee rushed off to help fight another one.
Okay. I am going to jump in there
Okay.
and
I'm gonna presume that you basically jump in here and you're going underneath the net of bodies because there's basically a small cluster of bodies inside of a net. I mean, here, let me draw it. Probably be kind of more helpful.
I mean, I can just go under because I can swim and breathe underwater, so it's not a big deal.
Okay.
And then I'm going to cast Inflict Wounds.
Nice.
Ooh, okay. Armor class is 16.
I don't think I had advantage, so I roll. Actually, can I use Bless? The Bless that GeekDice gave me earlier?
Yeah, you can re-roll. Re-roll that at 11.
Okay. I'm going to turn off advantage. Oh, 14.
15 is a miss. I think what happens here is like you dive in dramatically into the water and you're coming up. You're loading up this spell. And as you're trying to touch this creature, as I mentioned before, it moves extremely dexterously. It matches your speed. Just kind of like just moves around. Not mechanically, but it is very dexterous in the water. So unfortunately that fails.
That's okay.
All right. Cole, it is your turn. You're muted.
Yeah.
There you go.
Okay. So Paul is going to pull out his Pearl of Power and use it to get his spell slot back.
Ooh, okay. What does this look like? You can flavor it however you want.
Well, he just puts his hand into the handy haversack, and the pearl's right on top, because that's what he wanted. And he kind of pops it into his mouth and swirls it around. Wipes it off and puts it back into the haversack.
You get juiced up by swirling around a magic item in your mouth for a little bit. Nice.
It's like a jawbreaker. It tastes like candy.
Is it sour?
Yeah,
Is
it's
it
a little
sweet?
bit sour.
Oh, okay, okay.
It's a sour
Oh.
and sweet.
Okay.
I don't know what
if
kind
that
of
takes
action that is.
control of power. Let's see. You use an action. So you
Okay.
have a spell slot
There you go.
returned, but it uses up your action.
Yeah, so that'll be it. I guess he will walk over there though.
Okay.
Get.
If you
get
like
him
walk
over on this
here,
side.
you'll be in melee range there. Perfect.
All right.
The rats are kind of like hanging off of you, so they go with you.
It's okay. They don't want to get killed. That's cool. They
1,
did
2.
much more than their part.
D5. Wow. Okay. So as you come up, it whirls around and immediately tries to hit Pole with a pincer attack. That's a nat 1, so that's easily a miss. And then it tries to hit Finn. That's a 25. You are grappled as you take 12 bludgeoning damage. Lightning fast, it reaches forward, it grabs you, it clenches down onto your arm, Finn. You are restrained. You mark that damage there. Garen, it is your turn.
All right. Garen is gonna try to roll out from underneath of it and get back up here. I don't know if it's still a thing in 5e where you can use like acrobatics to avoid attack of opportunity or not.
So as a rogue, you can use disengage as a
That's
bonus
right.
action.
Disengage. That's right. Thank you.
No worries.
I have so few opportunities to use it, I forget I have it. So, yep, Garen will disengage and fall back and then fire on his new friend.
Hmm.
17 hit.
Yes, that's a hit.
Awesome. There isn't a single one, so that's the damage.
Okay, that's a 31.
Yes.
Okay, 31 damage. Another
Thank you.
blood-curdling shriek fills the grove here, the grotto, as that lands. KayBee, it's your turn.
Oh, no, you don't. I step into the shallows right next to Finn, and you hear my armor go click, 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 click. I wear this studded leather armor that's got this metal frame attached to inside of it. And I think my teammates have seen me do this a couple times before. It's called armor of magical strength. It's something I've crafted as an artificer. What it does is it allows me to use my intelligence to augment my strength. So what I do is I'm going to de-grapple my friend out from its pincer. I'm going to basically put a leg on the lower pincer and use my arm to shove it open to release Finn. And I'm going to use my blessing to give me advantage as I do what I think is an athletics check.
Yeah, we'll do a contested athletics here. You have to beat a 22.
I'll give that a shot.
26. You actually hear a solid crunching as you break the claw of this creature, and Finn, you are no longer restrained as KayBee frees you.
Leave my friend alone. I think that's all I can do in my turn. That was my action.
Okay, very good.
By the way, remember everyone had temporary hit points from the big
Yes.
speech I gave earlier.
Yes. Finn, it is your turn. You have been set free by KayBee.
Heck yeah. Finn will be like, "Thank you, KayBee," and then he'll go ahead and swing with his great club again. And then on this first one, I want to use the advantage I got from GeekDice himself in chat.
Okay. 14 is a miss.
Oh, okay. Well, I'll try again.
Okay. An 8 is a miss. I don't know what it is
Wow.
with this great club of yours. This thing is cursed.
Right?
Jinx.
You have a +6. Like your bonus modifier.
So you're
is
telling
not
me
little.
So you're telling me my actual curse weapon was better, and this is actually just cursed. Got it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bring back Dwayne.
Bring back Dwayne. Bring.
You swing around. Unfortunately, you don't hit it.
I
It's
just
the
think
ghost of Dwayne.
it's
Yeah.
the ghost of Dwayne.
Like,
Dwayne's like, "How dare you?"
I just think that like it's not only just the smell, but I think when Finn earlier had talked about I'm starting to feel it, I think this is just exhaustion starting to hit Finn
Yeah,
because
you didn't
we
sleep.
went from daytime to daytime, so it's
We should be sleeping right now.
Yeah.
yes,
Yeah.
that's it. This is just a dream. This isn't really happening. It's just a dream. We're good.
The rats will do nothing. They admire you and fall in love with Paul. Arlen, it's your turn.
I'm going to try again.
All right. To beat 16. 13. You have a
Gosh dang
+7.
it.
Again, it just sort of dives out of the way. I think it also like kind of recoils. It now only has one pincer.
Mhm.
So it is already kind of like recoiling away. Unfortunately, you're unable to make purchase. Anything else?
Nope.
I'm so sorry.
I
Paul.
used my bonus action to regret my actions.
Well, that's free. You get that for free. Paul, it is your turn. Muted.
just trying to figure out how this will work. So yeah, the Pearl of Power, because I'm trying to get back a 4th level slot, only gives me back a 3rd level slot. So I can't do another banishment, but I could do something else.
That's a funky limitation of Pearl of Power that's normally used by full casters. Something to talk to your DM about.
Let me see. Let's see here. If it's
That's what I'm
4th
reading, it
level or
says.
higher, the new slot is 3rd level.
But see, he doesn't have any 3rd level slots. Because
That's
he's a
fine.
warlock.
Okay, that's fine. I'll allow it. So you can, if you like.
All right, I'll try and banish it then.
Okay. Roll charisma.
That's enough. That's enough. Yeah.
Okay. Rolls a 13. I think it fails. I think the target was 14.
No, it's 17.
Okay. Yep, it fails. So again, you all see a swirl of color, then all of a sudden, it's just gone. That
Rat King,
the
Rat
end
King
of
v-
combat.
MVP.
There's an eerie silence here, as with the absence of this creature. Some of you are in the water, and this overwhelming smell of the dead bodies. Why is it in a net? What is the purpose of this? But the water is rancid. There's blood in it. There's a mosquito flying around. There are mosquitoes flying around. the
yeah,
bodies.
yeah.
It's absolutely disgusting. And you see this boat is broken.
Yeah, pull the boat up out of the water.
Okay.
And if it'll fit through the door, I'll take it inside. Otherwise, we'll work on it right here.
Yeah, it will not fit through the door, but you can definitely get it up onto the beach, no problem.
I was gonna say is probably take some time even for KayBee to get this thing working, right? Get this boat fixed. I think some of us should take these monk refugees back now, so while we have time, and then while they're heading off, the second group can stay here, help protect KayBee while he's building the boat, and head back after. Make sure these guys get there. So they need some medical help, and can probably only get it over on the mainland.
I agree.
Same.
So who wants to go with him? I can't be me because I don't think they want to go with the rats, and I'm bringing the rats.
very tired at this point, Finn raised his hand and said, I can go.
Right, great. Finn can go. I would like to swim around a little since you all said there was an army of zombies coming from the water. I just want to investigate, see what that might be about.
Okay.
It's on the other side of the building.
Be careful.
That's
They were
fine.
coming from all over.
All over.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
It was all over. You're right. I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
You know what?
Arlen will go investigate. So go ahead and roll me an investigation check. This is going to take you some time. So Arlen's going to be gone for maybe an hour or two.
No, I also just thought of something. Did any of the zombies come from this grotto last night?
Yes. It would
Yeah,
not have.
okay.
This grotto is accessible by the sea. So it's not like a isolated body of water. They came from literally
Yeah,
every
okay.
direction. Yeah.
I was just wondering if, maybe they didn't hear because they're all caught in the net.
Hmm.
But
Stella, I have a proposition for you.
What's up?
You give me advantage because I have 300 feet of dark vision, and I give you happiness because I'm happy.
How about we burn your vizier card that you drew, and you can
Ah!
ask
Oh,
any
okay.
one question, and I'll give
What's
you the
up with the
answer.
zombies?
Wow, I like
Okay.
this.
So you have drawn the vizier card. This is Mathis's little gift to you.
Thank you.
So with the vizier card, you are going about your investigations. It's going to take you about an hour, 2 hours, mostly because you have to go out pretty far. You do find evidence of there was definitely some kind of creatures that came in through this area. Perhaps scraps of clothing and armor and weaponry got abandoned towards the bottom of the grotto here. And you begin to head out and you're exploring a bit. You get the sense that they are coming from a specific direction of somewhere nearby. And with just from the trail of evidence on the ocean floor, and you get the sense that if they're coming from all directions, as you were told by your companions, that is a strategic move. That there is purpose of trying to exterminate whatever is on this island, right? And I'll also say that, so there's definitely no way that the zombies and these weird crustacean creatures weren't working together, because they would have definitely seen each other. So you ask yourself, what's the connection between a net full of bodies being gathered here in the grotto? You think that they were trying to transport the bodies somewhere, presumably wherever they went.
To a wizard, probably. But I can't figure out where they went.
You get the sense that you're gonna probably have to hop on a boat. It's probably a while away.
I can swim real good, Stella.
Okay, but how about this? As you pop out of the water and you're looking around, you see a seagull land on the wizard's tower. You haven't seen any other birds around here. Your companions told you of one big bird, but they took care of that. The seagull is watching you out in the water.
I wave to the seagull. Knowingly.
It lifts up one of its wings and it waves back.
Can I gesture it for it to come over?
Roll persuasion.
Okay. 13.
See it just kind of shake its head no.
I look really sad.
Sorry. Meanwhile, so y'all are trying to repair the boat. Who's helping KayBee? Okay. Is
Garen
anyone...
did volunteer from the beginning.
Okay, so Finn is going to take the monks to Uskarn or to the Sea Lily?
What would be easier? Like, I guess I could
Uskarn
go
is
to
closer.
probably Uskarin then.
I'm more likely to have someone who can heal them,
Yeah.
I think.
So you learn the very sick one. His name is Barrett. Barrett will definitely go with you. And the one that was kind of sick,
Mhm.
his name is Morley. Morley will go, and Morley will help you take Barrett as you head out towards Uskarn. But Janor, the one that was not hurt or was
Mhm.
not sick, will stay with
Okay.
them. Imagine you push this back in the water.
So, Garen, if you can find some barrels and some, because curved wood is good, and plus like some straight wood, I got a saw. We can do this.
Okay, so go ahead and roll your tools at advantage as Garen is helping you.
Sweet.
Okay.
28.
28. Without a problem, the two of you get to work. It is going to be laborious work, so it's going to take some time, but you already knew that that was going to happen. But the two of you are deep in work. Cole, what do you want to do?
Well, first of all, what was the name of the person who stayed behind from
Janor.
the monks? Janor, I just want to make sure before you decide for sure that you're going to stay behind with us, when we head out on this newly repaired boat, there's going to be these swarm of rats on the boat with us. They won't hurt you, but I know people are afraid of them. So, just be sure that's okay before you decide you're going to stay.
Why?
They're okay. See right here. I'll show them. This is Swarmy.
Yeah. She kind of like leans back a little, but she says, I'll be fine.
All right. Well, if you're fine with that, then you probably won't mind Buttons here and Sherm. Forget the lobster. We've got lots of little friends.
You kind of get her acquainted with your whole entourage of animals, your menagerie, so to speak. And she basically like does some small talk, and she talks a bit about the Hermitage as the group of you are working. She goes on to say that about a week ago, undead started attacking. She isn't quite sure why, but essentially they were led by a chaplain. Chaplain is dead and in the basement. Yeah. Basically, she doesn't have a lot of information, but she knows that Procan did something to help protect them. As she's looking at like the mound of bodies here, she's able to identify all of them as monks. We're here on the island.
So, does Procan have any enemies that are like other gods that other people, like bad gods that might have like followers that would hate you and want to do this?
She would say that Procan is an ancient god of the sea, of life. He wouldn't really have necessarily like an enemy, but when you mention evil gods, she says that there are plenty of evil gods out there.
Well, yeah, and you said Procan's a god of life, right? So what's the opposite of that? A god of death. So maybe there's a god of death and their followers are like raising the dead, making the awful evil walking dead come up and kill you.
Go
That sounds
ahead
like something.
and roll a religion check. She rolled a 3, so she says, I've spent my whole life studying Procan. Most of my life I've been on this island, so I don't really know.
All right.
You rolled a 20. You think about, okay, opposite of life, death. Who's death? Undeath, zombies. Orcus is a demon god of death. These things that you just fought were kind of demonic. Maybe there's a connection here.
Yeah. That's what I think. Orcus is like a demon god of death, and these weird things were like demons, kind of, and definitely the dead were coming around, walking around. So yeah, maybe that's what it is.
It's possible. I don't really know much other than pirates were a significant issue until all of this started happening. And it's around here that Arlen, see, is like gesturing to something in the distance. And Arlen rejoins the group.
Before I rejoin the group, I want to try one more thing towards the seagull.
Okay, yeah.
While everyone else is distracted and looking away, Arlen pulls out a golden skull from her bag.
Okay.
And if the seagull were, for instance, a familiar that a wizard is looking through or something, or a necromancer specifically, they would recognize that as the material component for raising undead. So her
Okay.
play is trying to make this person see Arlen as a potential ally.
Okay. Go ahead and roll me persuasion.
Okay. And above the table, she's not doing this
Yeah.
to actually make an ally of this person, just to hopefully track him down.
Mm-hmm. There's a reason why I'm asking for persuasion instead of deception.
25.
Okay, 25. There's a hesitation with the seagull, and then it begins to fly towards you. And as it gets closer, it tries to land on the skull.
Okay.
Okay, as it lands on the skull, it starts pecking at the skull.
Oh, it doesn't like the skull.
They're just kind of looking at you curiously. You can tell that this creature has uncanny intelligence. It's looking at you, looking at the skull, trying to figure something out, eyeballing you. This is not a regular
Hello.
seagull.
Can you speak?
Seagull noises.
If anybody is controlling you or you work with anybody, we would love to meet.
Kind of shakes its head.
Well, consider it for the future, perhaps.
Kind of flutters up and sits on your head.
All right, well, I'm gonna swim back to shore. You can stay there if you'd like.
It stays. It like gets comfortable on your head, and Arlen starts swimming back to the group with a seagull on her head.
I have put away the golden skull at this point.
Okay.
Nice chapeau.
I don't even know the meaning of the word. I, the player, don't know what that means. I imagine it's
I
a
think it's
kind
a type of hat, yeah.
Yeah.
It's French for hat or cap.
Okay. Got it. Made a new friend.
Nice. Well done. You'll be catching up with me soon.
I don't know about that. You have, what, still 20-something rats there? So, how are things going?
it's looking pretty good. I think we got the materials we need. It might be a little bit leaky. I'll check and see in the kitchen if there's something like if there's grease or something to help seal it. But I think we're gonna be good.
All right. I do have an alchemy jug, and I can make a variety of liquids.
Yeah, a real sticky tar. That's gonna be best.
I don't know that I have sticky tar as one of the options. I have mayonnaise
No.
or oil or honey.
Honey.
Honey, sticky.
Yeah, honey.
All right. I will have the alchemy jug make honey.
Hey. You
It makes a
have-
gallon of honey.
It's
You
a
have a-
sticky boat.
It's gonna dissolve though. Dissolves in
Salt
water.
I'll use my knowledges to do things.
Yeah. I'm sure KayBee knows how to make a boat or fix a boat. The boat's mostly intact. It's just damaged. And you do so without any trouble. It is about like noon now. Several hours have passed. You all
I was gonna say that also, if Milvia wants to help out at all, I'll bring out the lantern. She might be able to help with her little mage hand thing.
Yeah.
Get underneath the boat and stuff like that.
Oh,
She
yeah.
might even know how to help.
Yeah, this fox spirit that is trapped in this lantern that Pole found, it has the ability to use a mage hand, and it like picks up stuff and like hands tools to KayBee.
Thanks.
And it signals to you, Pole, kind of like poking you with the mage hand. And you know, this is kind of like her way of saying that she wants to speak to you. So you break out this tablet thing that KayBee made for you. She begins to point at different letters, and then the mage hand points at the seagull, and word is magic.
Magic Seagull. Oh. Hello, Magic Seagull. And I'll talk to it in seagull squawks.
Okay.
What's your name?
So you look at the seagull, and it's a very old seagull. You see that it has a chipped beak, and there's patches missing from its thinning feathers. It has these sort of like tired looking eyes, and it's mostly just been watching the group of you, staying out of the way. And as you speak to it magically, it goes to say, "Oh, I can understand you. I can speak to you. Very good. My name is Virgil."
Hi, Virgil. Nice to meet you. My name's Paul.
Pleasure to meet you.
That's Ireland you're standing on.
Oh, I was
She's a
hoping
captain.
that one would offer me a fish or something. They seem to be quite an adept swimmer, but no such offer has been made to me thus far. And you see that he just kind of
That's why it was
shivers.
pecking at the skull.
So it's kind of just squawking at Pole. None of you can understand what it's saying. But Arlen, you see it just kind of like side eye you a little bit, and it just kind of bristles, the feathers stand up a little bit, and then it kind of like smoothens itself out. I am the former familiar of Arceus, Firewatch Island's wizard.
Arceus. We heard of Arceus. What happened to them?
There was a slaughter 10 years ago. On the island ever since, I've been nesting in the tower room. I have avoided the Hermitage residence and was largely ignored by them in return.
I see. Well, thanks for the information. I would tell that to some of my comrades here, and maybe I can convince one of them to get you a fish. Hang on. And so I'll relay that information. Yeah, the seagull is like was the familiar of Arceus, that wizard that we heard about. And after he got killed 10 years ago, and then he's this
Hmm.
seagull Virgil has been staying away from the monks, and they've been staying away from him. But he
This
still
seagull
sees a lot.
is weirdly expressive with its eyebrows.
Anyhow, Arlen, Captain, Virgil was hoping you'd supply him with a fish or something.
Oh, I can.
For all the information he's given, it's probably fair, right?
Sure, I can go get a fish.
Thanks.
You go
I'll
get
dive
it.
back in the water and go get some fish.
You get fish.
Garen, maybe the bird knows something about the stuff in the journal.
Oh, you're right. Wait, Yeah. So, Paul, can you ask it about what we found in the journal?
All right. Squawk, squawk, squawk.
Hmm. So you ask about the few last entries that were put into the journal, and Virgil will say, I don't quite understand why my master went out into the ocean, but I do know where the undead go. There is a shipwreck. The creatures make home of it.
Hmm.
All right. I'll pass that on. So yeah, there's a shipwreck around here. Do you know where it is? Can you show us?
He nods very confidently at you.
Right. I think we have a clue. We're gonna be rowing out of here as soon as we get this boat fixed. Maybe you can tell us about it then.
He looks at you a bit proudly. His beak is held up high, and he says, I can guide you to shipwreck, but I won't be your familiar. Not so easily. Must prove yourself.
That's okay. No, I got a familiar already. She's very nice. Her name's Penny Sprinkle. She had a rough time lately, that's why she's not around, but we're gonna try and get her back. You probably like her. She's very nice. Well, sometimes.
That's right. Friend got exploded by the vines. Did something happen to Penny?
Yeah, Penny
Yeah.
has like
Yeah.
1 hit point. She got
Yeah.
whacked
Yeah,
by the
Penny got hit.
hags.
Yeah,
Oh,
the
yeah,
hags.
yeah,
When we were
that's right.
fighting in the
Yeah. Okay.
yard.
Yeah, so they're just not here right now. Virgil kind of like turns his beak away from you, just a tiny bit offended that you don't want him to be your familiar.
No, I'm sure you're very wonderful, but I've been with Penny since I was a little wee lad. Don't be sore at me. We'll get you
My
fish.
apologies. Like dips his head to you and he kind of like ruffles his feathers and he up nods towards KayBee and he says, is this master of the boat?
Well, KayBee is kind of like first mate. Arlen, you already met. She's a captain. But KayBee's like, he's super great fighting like champion kind of guy. And also he's an excellent builder. Makes things all the time. And like these leg things that can walk and all sorts of things. You'd be really amazed if you saw all the things he can make. Plus, also, you know what? He cooks food all the time. Great, cooks food for everybody on the ship. And yeah, for that alone, is a good person to be your friend. Amazing.
You see that he's kind of nodding, but his eyes have definitely glazed over as soon as you like shifted the conversation away from Arlen. And then he just kind of finishes with a good captain can provide fish. You have a good captain.
That's right. Best captain, best boat, best crew. We got it all, mate.
And then Arlen appears with fish.
All right, here's some fish.
Gobble, gobble,
There you
gobble.
go. Smorgasbord.
So it is about like 2 p.m. when the boat is finished.
We better go.
Indeed.
Okay. You all hop on, and
I fetched legs.
Hmm.
Yep. I don't know how many we have in the boat. I think we're probably full.
You are
Yeah.
right at capacity, yeah. So you all begin to head out towards Uskarn. Meanwhile, KayBee, is there anything that you want to do other than trying to get help for these individuals?
Now, I thought that we.
Sorry, I meant Finn.
Yes.
Oh, I was gonna say, I
My bad.
don't know if you were. Nope, you're fine. I think while I'm in town, my main priority is to kind of find a whatever they would have, like a medical center or something like that. My main first concern is because I know enough about this blue rot that I have the fear in the back of my mind they may not be able to be saved, but I want to try everything in my power to be either proved wrong or help them the best I can.
Okay. So we'll have a little bit of a montage here. When you get to
Yep.
Uskarn, you begin to ask for help. A lot of the locals recognize you because of all of the charity work that your group did at the soup kitchen.
Yes.
And so you can tell very quickly that people want to help you. And they like make space to set up like a triage. And they go to say that you're going to need something to deal with the disease, perhaps a potion of cured disease. And the group of them that are kind of joined together, Vortanum, the portly man who basically ran the soup kitchen,
Yes.
yeah,
Yes.
he looks at you quite sadly and he says, I think that you might have to deal with the bailiff at the docks. I think that they keep most of the medicine under lock and key. You might have to negotiate with them.
I'll do whatever I can. And you can tell that Finn during this whole thing is just super serious. He wants to help these people.
You get the sense that the council are afraid to help you talk to the bailiff. You know of the corruption. Seems like you might have to go by yourself.
Okay. And then he'll go to what was the soup kitchen person that runs the soup kitchen's name? I know he owns a
Bortanum.
library too. Bortandem?
Bortanum.
Okay. Bortanum. Okay. He's gonna look at Bortanum and go, okay, stay with them, or group, and look at the group of you. Please stay with them.
Yes.
Encouragement, whatever. If I have to do this on my own, I will. But I don't want to think that people are abandoning them. I want them to feel like people are trying to help them.
I've got a pot of soup ready and I'll try to help feed them.
Oh, please do these. And he'll look at both of them like, I don't know if the one with the blue rot's gonna want to eat, but if you can encourage it, please do. The other one, they and a friend of theirs who was with the other part of my group have been in a basement for like a week without food.
Yes,
Whatever the cost, I will give you gold later, I promise. Whatever the cost, give them the food you can.
Bortanum puts both hands on your shoulders and says, you don't have to worry. You are among friends here. We will also do whatever we can.
Finn gives the biggest grin in the world, and he says, I appreciate this very much, thank you. And he runs off.
Good luck. And you begin to head over towards the docks. And you can see there's a tax office near the docks. You meet the bailiff. You can see almost at a glance that this is the person in charge. They are dressed in heavy armor and they are elaborately dressed underneath. You can see that there's a heavy cloak. They are dressed very garishly. This is a tall man. He has slicked back blonde hair. And he looks at you with boredom, more or less. He says, what is it that you want?
Do you have a greater potion of healing that I could purposely purchase from you?
We have all manners of supplies here. We do
Okay.
unfortunately have a heavy tax that must be paid.
What is this heavy tax?
So you want a potion of cure disease.
Yes, or yeah, I'm sorry. Whatever they told me. I apologize.
No worries. So how much does that normally cost? Potion of vitality. Yeah, potion of vitality. How much do you cost? IV cost. He says it's going to be 2,000 gold for one.
Jesus fuck. Okay. Finn looks distraught because he has money, but not that much money.
You don't need to roll for this. You know you're getting ripped off.
I'm sure I am. Okay. He's gonna be as nice as he can. He's gonna be like, "Is there any way I could?" Sort of desperate.
He, like picks his underneath its nails, just looking at you.
Is there any way around possibly a discount or something that would be the equivalent of such discount?
No. I do need a favor. Perhaps, I could give a bit of help in filling out the tax paperwork, get the price down a little bit if you do something for me.
What is it?
He looks you up and down. He says, "You came here on a boat, yes?
Yes.
I want you to take a package for me, another location. No questions asked. It must arrive untampered."
Where?
He pulls out a map and he shows you a location on the Eel Coast, so on this side of the bay.
Mm-hmm.
Not towards Saltmarsh, it's closer to Iskarn. And he points and says, "Here, there's a cove."
Trying to think. Is that out of our way, DM?
A little bit, but it's not like unreasonable. You're not gonna have to travel very far.
Okay. Is there a time limit?
Oh, well, from the sound of it, seems your friend is unwell. Perhaps you
Mhm.
should get it done by tomorrow morning.
Tomorrow morning. I think in Finn's head right now, he doesn't say this out loud. In Finn's head, he's like, "I hope we don't have to use that stupid claw again." Um, I'm out of options, I guess. Okay, so if I do this, what is the discount price? Can I at least know what you would? I can give
500
you
gold.
500 gold. Am I getting a sense that this is still a ripped off price, but just a little bit more of a discount?
It seems like a more normal price.
More normal price? Okay. Finn kind of throws his hands up and... Okay, fine.
Very good. He snaps his fingers and two individuals begin to walk away. And they come back and they give you a box that's wrapped in wax cloth. You can't see what the box looks like. You can't see what's inside the box. It's wrapped in like a wax cloth, so it's waterproof and it's tied with twine. They hold it out to you.
And in front of them, he will put it in his backpack, and he'll kind of like move some stuff around and like put some stuff to make it seem like he's protecting this package, that it's gonna be, you know, not disturbed, and it's gonna get there in the best condition physically possible with this backpack.
Mm-hmm.
Just so that they know that it's on the up and up. And he goes, okay. And then he puts his backpack back on him, and he goes, all right, I will. It should be there tomorrow.
You will be given a receipt. Bring back the receipt, and we can continue our business.
Okay. And okay, and then Finn, I guess, would I have had to give them the gold to get this package, or do I still have my gold?
You still have your gold.
Okay, I gotta update that then real quick. Okay.
So after you get the package, he's just like, all right, go along. Ta.
Okay, then Finn, just kind of upset and exhausted and just over all of this, he goes back to them, to everyone, and basically says, okay, well, and explains the whole, like, this is the package that I have to deliver. Is there a spot where the person can rest comfortably? I'm hoping that I can get to their... I'm hoping I can get the healing potion in time. I just don't know how long they have until they're, you know, until it gets too serious.
Yeah. The second individual by the name of... I have their name. I wrote it down.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see.
The
Morley.
lady was Janor,
Yeah.
right?
Morley, the one that wasn't very sick. Morley says he should be fine for at least a couple of days.
Okay. I got to deliver this by tomorrow morning. So. Okay.
You know
and
that
then,
your friends are probably going to arrive pretty soon.
That's what I was gonna do. I was just gonna basically be like, all right. Probably not gonna like that I made a deal, but I don't know what else to do. And so Finn will just kind of sit down, I guess, if there's a spot to just sit down, and he'll just wait for them and just...
Imagine that you are in Vortanum's bookshop. He sells books, and he probably has like a private room where people can generally read. And he has, as comfortably as possible, Barrett, the very sick person, strewn out. And Morley's in there. And I imagine that the next, like, 2 hours that pass by are the longest 2 hours for Finn, as you're just waiting.
I think everything has been going on for the past, I'm assuming, would be days that we've been on this island. It was
only a day.
Was it only a day? Okay,
Like,
so it's been a very long day for Finn. Well,
Yeah.
2, I guess, technically, because we did the sun thing.
Yeah.
But like,
You're
it's
exhausted.
I'm exhausted. The thing that screwed with my mind and brought out my desire, with my lost love and like all of this other stuff. And I was like, oh, I'm gonna cheer up now because this awesome vendor with the soup kitchen. And then now I failed at destroying any of these crab people. And Finn's just going through the highest of highs and the lowest of lows right now, and he's just exhausted. At this point, it's just a blank stare.
Find an armchair and you kind of like sink into it. You take off your backpack. When you put your backpack on the ground, you hear a crunching sound. You drew the Talon card.
Please don't tell me I break the package.
No, you get to choose what you break.
Okay.
But
Okay,
something
good.
magic does break.
Oh god, why do I even have this magic?
Have any potions of healing?
I don't think I had any potions of healing. I mean, in this particular case, maybe we could say I did, but...
Let's see. You have a ring of protection. You have a fireball necklace.
But I'm wearing both of those.
Oh, okay. Well, you realize that one of those is broken then.
Okay, well, maybe we'll just say I put them back in the bag after I realize that we're not... We'll just say the ring of protection, just for.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll do that. That's fine.
Yeah, so you realize, like, you put your bag down, you look at your hand, you realize that your ring of protection has broken at some point. Maybe when one of those creatures grabbed you.
KayBee. I look at my hand. I'm like, oh, damn it. And then he just slumps. He's too tired. He knows what happened. He'll deal with it later. But he's just like, that's what I get for taking off that ring, I guess.
2 hours pass, and you are all gathered here. Eventually, the group of you make your way back, and you find Finn and the 2 monks and Vortanum at Vortanum's shop. The whole party is back together again.
So how are things going? Get that personal healed up?
No. There's a person that has healing potions here. However, they are a giant jerk. So they tried to overprice me the best I could tell. I don't know too many potions that are 2,000 gold. But I was able to negotiate down to 500, picks up his backpack. There's a thing in this backpack that we have to go to, what was it again that we had to go to? So I'm sorry, Stella.
A cove.
A cove. We had to go to a cove and we've got to deliver this package to them. Once I deliver this package to them, we can have the potion we can have the potion that'll heal their wounds and their blue rot.
What's in the package?
I don't know. It's sealed away. I was told to not ask any questions.
That sounds suspect, like criminal-like.
Yes.
Yeah. And I'm wondering, is there a cleric around that would be able to heal?
I can heal them in the morning. I just need the opportunity to study up some different spells. Real fast after I wake up.
We don't want to.
So we don't have to pay 500 gold or anything.
No.
Or do any shady deals. But I would like to know what shady deal is happening. That's
Can I see the package? I pull out a sharp knife.
Finn is very exhausted, and everything is just rolling through his mind right now. He went on his own and made a shady deal for zero reason. He now realizes.
No, now we get to like unfurl some of the shady business happening.
Yeah.
And that's great.
Oh, all right. You know what? You all better be able to help defend me when we get people attacking us for this. And he hands over his backpack. And he'll say, "Oh, it's stuffed under the stuff, and it's in the silk looking. It's pretty packaging. I'll give it that." But
Great job, Finn.
You know, and I thought we were actually going to start some shit when we got done with the Hermitage anyway, so...
So we'll fetch this package out and eyeball it. And I look at it, knowing that I can mend many things. And I'll assess how to open it in a manner that I can mend it if I decide that we want to mend it.
Okay. Investigation.
I've never thought about the implications of mend for like what is essentially Christmas present wrapping.
yes, I know, it's so fucking great.
Oh, wow.
How do I relick this envelope?
Yeah.
So 24.
Okay. So it's a wax paper, right? And it's been sealed and it has twine on it. The twine you could easily undo. Wax paper, with your mending, because you magically mend it together, you can do that fine. So you cut through both of them pretty easily.
Yeah.
Find a
Do
wooden...
that with care.
Yeah. With the intention of probably putting it back together. So you cut it open very precisely and you see this black box. It seems to have been charred black, some very heavy wood. And it has this sort of like stone like embellishments on it. So it's very heavy and it smells smoky. It's a
Does
24.
It look like a lock? Oh, go ahead.
Doesn't have a lock. has a hinge lid. The 24, this is definitely trapped.
Okay, I'm gonna try to use my thieves tools, and maybe I'll get Garen to eyeball this with me. Maybe we'll do
Right.
this together. I think he
Yeah.
might be better than me, although I have some skill.
Yeah, I don't know. I've
I
got
could
a
also
9.
help out with that.
Okay.
I'm not good at that sort of thing. You have fun.
I'll need one person to do a roll at advantage as people are helping you.
Yeah, I've got a 9 modifier, KB. You?
I got an 8, so we'll go with
Barely
yours
done.
with the help,
All right.
unless Paul's better.
20.
Oh, I wouldn't think so.
Yeah.
Dex, it's
Okay.
Dex based, sorry.
With a 20,
Yeah.
you are able to disable what was probably going to be a poison trap, and you will be able to open it pretty easily now.
So the grand reveal, we open it.
Okay. When you open it, smoke begins to slowly pour out from this device. We're in a small room and it begins to pool around your ankles. This is a lot of smoke. Beginning to cough little by little, and you see that in this case there is a silk bed, and on that silk is an eyeball, and it twists and turns where it's nestled in the silk, and it looks at each and every one of you. And that is where we're going to end our session for today.
I don't like this.
No, it's
Marlon,
gonna
do
be
not
another
pluck out your eye.
friend. Oh, I can pluck out my eye. More cursed items. Oh, it's an item.
It's an item. Yeah.
Item. Thank you so much, everyone, for being here. Another episode of Secrets of Saltmarsh. We're gonna go around and reintroduce ourselves, and please tell me who you are, where we can find you, and what your favorite part is. And we'll start with Zombie.
Hello, I'm Jacob. I'm Zombie MZ. What's your name? Said call me. I'm the lore keeper and Captain Z of the Good Ship Clip. I probably do too many clips, so those for your own discretion. Today I played Finn Carson. I mean, once again, I feel like I'm in the position of taking probably everybody's favorite moment, like last time. But y'all can have it too. I don't care, because I think it's going to be a commutative hooray. We have Emma back. Emma's back. We love Emma. We want Emma back all the times. So we're very happy to have Emma back. And so yeah, I'm that's probably was my kind of favorite moment of this whole session. Although I did like that we did keep digging around a little bit and we kind of saved some people too. So there's kind of like some survivors, and who knows what information once they like get acclimated, maybe calm down a little bit, what information they might have about what's been going on. Because they were there like at least a week before we were. So maybe there was more going on that we don't know yet. So potential information for that. And then obviously we're going to fight a eyeball next. Hooray.
No, they're gonna be a friend.
It's gonna be a friendly eyeball, you know? Black silk,
Charm.
the smoke, you know, that's not a bad ominous thing.
Sounds like good thing.
Does anybody know Charm? Does anybody know Charm? Hello.
What evil thing has a cute little bed?
What?
True. Thank you so much. We'll pop on over to John.
Hello, I'm John, aka Andicarus, and in this game, aka Pole of Ammonfort. And I think my favorite part today was Arlen's little scene with the seagull. I like the seagull. I want him to be part of the group. I don't know if we have room for him, but well, if we can get another guy in there, Virgil would be a great addition to the team.
Excellent. Thank you. I knew you were gonna like Virgil. I didn't make up Virgil. Virgil's part of the module. But excellent. I'll hop on over to Tim. Hello.
Hi, I'm Tim. I really have no social media presence, but you can find me here in Stella's chat or a chat of a few other people from the community that stream, and also in her Discord. Um, so I have to agree with Finn. Emma being back is definitely my favorite part of tonight. But I also enjoy that Pull is just really good at having really goofy situations. Like, I love having Pull in the party.
I feel like Pol is the best pacifist character I've ever seen in a game.
Absolutely.
Like, honestly.
Absolutely. Oh, and I also want to point out that the person who has been elected to be the king of the rats, his signature spell is Banish. Seems perfectly fitting.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, really
So,
cool.
King.
Yeah. King.
Garen, with the successful unlocking of this very tricky box, your card for today was the star card. You get to increase one of your stats by 1. You cannot exceed 24. So feel free to bump one of those up. Thank you. We'll hop on over to GeekDice.
Yeah, I'm GeekDice or Geek_Dice on X. I played KayBee today. A lot of fun. I think my favorite moment was seeing I guess what was a little bit of panic and worry by Finn as he was trying to help these people. It was emboldened passion. It was a serious, genuine concern for others, and I think that's outstanding. I think that really carried, and I really felt that was cool. Of course, welcome back, Emma. Glad you're here.
Thank you. And last but certainly not least, Emma.
Hi, it's me, Emma, also known as Emma Panada. You can find me on Twitter, also Twitch at Emma Panada, but I don't really stream anymore. I'm also making All the Witches. You can find information about that at All the Witches _ on Twitter, or on the Kickstarter page where I have been up. I had a good streak of updating every 2 weeks, but then I had some immigration issues and got out of sync with all of that. But I'm starting again this week, so you'll be seeing some updates there. And yeah, my favorite part was the Oscar-worthy acting of our dear friend Zombie in the final scene where we were revealing that we could just lesser restoration and cure the person in the morning and just like in the not saying anything, but in the little Zoom call in the bottom left where Z is just like acting out just kind of the disappointment and frustration, and it was just so good. And I was dying laughing. It was so good.
So one thing I like to sometimes do, and I know that it kind of annoys people sometimes, is I sometimes will, if I'm in the scene, not the scene, I'll kind of pay attention if I think it's important, but if it's not, I kind of threw out of my mind that Finn would have never known you guys could do this. So when you guys all went, oh, I could do this, Finn's just like, what the fuck? Like this, that was so, I did that on purpose so that I could have a genuine, I actually thought I was saying something, but I couldn't really think anything, and I just let my face do all the talking. Apparently it worked.
Very good. Thank you so much, everyone, for watching. This is Secrets of Saltmarsh. We will be back, not next Wednesday, but the Wednesday afterward on the 3rd at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. Really appreciate all of you. Thank you to all of our Patreons. Hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. Bye-bye!